Welcome, everyone. In this series, I bring to you stories from my coaching world. This is with an intention to bring awareness of how has helped hundreds of people and clients that I have served, and how you can also benefit from it. Let's get started. Our today's story is titled Going Back and Forth on a Decision. This is a story of Jennifer. Meet Jennifer. She's a working professional. She currently now holds 7+ years of work experience. She's quite successful in her professional life. She's been doing really well. However, in her personal life, there's an issue which has taken a toll on her mental health and physical health, and she finds her personal life, all messed up. This particular decision is a complex one. She's currently just going back and forth on the decision, unable to really arrive at one point because she just doesn't really know what she really wants in life. This problem that Jennifer is facing, where she is constantly in a flux and not really being able to arrive at one point. As a result of that, she often procrastinates things. Sometimes it reflects in her corporate work, while other times in her personal life. Procrastination is slowly adding up as a new behavior that she's exhibiting. And every time that she comes back to the problem at hand where she's not really able to decide, she keeps telling her own self, I'll come back to it later. I'll deal with it. For now, let me put it in the back burner. I'll come to it. And then in her silent moments, she constantly keep on evaluating it with every option that she could think of. As a result, she's stuck in an analysis paralysis. For those of you who do not really know this term or are new to this, analysis paralysis, this is what I have picked up from Investopedia, is an inability to make a decision due to overthinking a problem. This actually comes in when we have too many choices and when we try to overthink about the positives and the negatives, the pros and cons for every choice, and we are as a result becomes unable to pick one from the so many evaluations that we are doing at the same time. With her analysis paralysis and being stuck in that decision, her state of mind often is that of somebody who really is anxious, stressed, and most of the time to herself. She's in an overwhelmed state, both physically and mentally. She feels tired, she lacks sleeps and appetite, and also feels that she has no control of her life. Wherein on the other end, happiness, being free, having a bit of control on her life is what something that she envisions, but she feels happiness is just escaping her. Her constant worry is about what will happen if I don't take this decision even now. And she now goes into a future scenarios where she catastrophizes and think about the worst case scenarios that may actually occur. Then she goes back into the past because she wants to be safe. And besides not being able to take a decision, she's constantly thinking about when the decision is going to come into execution, the worst things that will happen, and on account of that, all that she's going to suffer. Now, one of the most important thing that I would like to bring to your attention here is her worries, her sense of thought, her evaluation are all in the future. It's just in her imagination. And remember, nothing has actually occurred. There's nothing in reality. But her analysis paralysis, her constant fears, her inability to take a decision is making her suffer. And she has been in this state for past 3 years. Can you imagine the kind of stressed her nervous system is, the kind of exhaustion that she may be experiencing, and the constant stress and overwhelm that she lives in. And she has been going on like this for 3 years. Maybe she's even losing some of her physical health, but it happens at a very slow pace, which we often don't recognize. And that's exactly what's happening in case of Jennifer as well. Her suffering came to an end when she opted for coaching. This was a game changer for Jennifer. And even though she had been in this phase for 3 years, somehow while she got referred to and also realized that it's time that she really seek help, professional help, she signed up with me and we started a coaching assignment, which went on for a 7-month tenure. The underneath one single goal that I usually follow with a client is to help find clarity and direction in life. In case of Jennifer, we followed the same thing. The 7-month period was a very, very interesting one, and we both learned a lot together. But one of the main results that Jennifer always wanted was to make that one decision, that complex one decision that she was stuck in her life with. And toward the end of not just 7, I guess it was 6th month, she did make that decision, and with certainty. So she actually was able to put an end to all the suffering she was in. She now had the courage and the clarity because she understood with a different dimension and perspective what exactly was she losing out if now also she would not decide. So one of the key success factor and a key achievement for both of us, while we worked real hard in understanding what she really wanted, was to get Jennifer to a point where she did make that decision with certainty. This 7-month assignment also covered various other goals. But one of the most key one, besides the decision that she took, was to help her become more self-aware, to really understand the root cause that prevented her and the many layers beneath in her mind that kept her stuck for a very, very long time. Why was she not able to let go? What was really holding her back? And as we peeled those layers, Jennifer became more and more aware of her own blind spots. She became more aware of where exactly she was headed. Why was she not really been taking it? Was it really fear, or was there something else? And eventually, when she took that decision, she very well also understood how that decision would manifest in the most important sphere of her life and how it would get cascaded in other areas as well. But knowing all the risk, the good and the bad, she still went ahead and took that decision. That was one of the most rewarding points for both of us. The result was Jennifer found her mantra for success and happiness. She was able to actually connect back to her inner self. Few things she has lost on her way during her suffering phase because she was in need of some help. A new dimension, a neutral perspective, getting help in understanding our own biases, and the mindset or beliefs that we carry, which we build over a period of time. Through coaching, she kind of came in touch with all of it, with the best and also the flaws in it, and then also understood what could be the right approach to correct them all. And here's Jennifer, a liberated one, fully contented and fulfilled. Friends, if you relate to this story, and just like Jennifer, you think or you find yourself stuck in life, or you find any of your friend or loved one who may perhaps be going through something very similar that Jennifer was going through due to a decision pending, procrastinating a lot, something that you are avoiding for a long, long time, something you're trying to hide from yourself, from your own inner self, I suggest, and this is my call to action for you as well, if Jennifer can, so can you. Coaching is one of the most powerful tools, a concept, a cluster of beautiful techniques and approach that anybody could use along with the expertise of a coach and make their life far more richer, meaningful, and even if not that, at least away from the sufferings or living a limited life just because we haven't sought help. So if she can, so can you. So what are you waiting for? Here are the coordinates. Connect and get coached.